Hi, this is Maggie from Crafts the Charm. Welcome to my channel. I thought it would be fun to do a quick video today showing you how I make maple sugar candy. Maple sugar candy is one of my favorite candies, and if you like maple syrup, real maple syrup, then I think you'll like maple sugar candy too. You can buy it in New England in the northern states like Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire, but you can also get it in the northern part of Massachusetts and the western part. I've also seen it in upstate New York and of course Canada. So to make this, what you're going to need is a sauce pot, and you want that to be a fairly large pot because this does bubble up a lot while you're cooking it. And you'll want a candy thermometer, and ideally you will calibrate that thermometer, boil some water to 212 degrees and make sure that it's showing correctly, and if it isn't, note the adjustment so that you are getting your syrup to the correct temperature. Now, what I made this week is just this small container of maple syrup, and you can see it says grade A amber color. Syrup used to come in grade A and grade B, and grade B is actually the darker, stronger maple syrup, but they don't grade maple syrup that way anymore, and I'm going to show you here. I also made some maple sugar candy back in the fall, and this one is grade A, very dark, formerly known as grade B. That is the stronger maple syrup. So it doesn't matter which one you use for maple sugar candy. Just pick whatever you can find or whatever taste you like. Now you're also going to want some molds to put the candy in, and these silicone molds work really well. I have some green ones here. This is from when I made the candy in the fall, and the sort of traditional shape is the maple leaf shape. But if you can see the shape of those leaves in my leaf mold, they were really too narrow for the candy. They were very difficult to use. So I thought I would make some using this heart-shaped mold, which I got at the Dollar Tree. So it was only $1.25. I thought that was a really good price. And I also have these snowman molds, but it's nice and wide, so I thought this was a better shape for the candy. And you'll see you don't really need a mold at all. You can put it in a rectangular pan and cut it, or I ended up having more than I had space for in my molds, so I just sort of put a blob on my tray, and that worked out just fine too. So to make the candy, you're going to bring the maple syrup to a boil. Make sure you have your candy thermometer in the pot, but not touching the bottom of the pot. Bring it up to a boil and then reduce to medium heat. Now, when I was making the candy this week, I had to keep playing with the temperature because it kept boiling up, and in fact it even boiled over a couple of times. So I really had to play with the temperature to keep it bubbling, but not allow it to boil over. And it's not that hard to clean, it's just sugar, so some hot water will clean it up, but it's still kind of gross and messy. So you want to bring it up to 234 or 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And it takes a while, it bubbles a lot. Try not to stir it or anything. Occasionally I use a spoon to try to move it away from the candy thermometer so I can read the thermometer, or to try to keep it from bubbling over if I have the temperature a little too high. Once you've got it to 235 degrees Fahrenheit though, remove it from the heat. Now I've seen different numbers in recipes online for what temperature to bring it down to. I think that a good temperature is around 175 degrees Fahrenheit. I tried bringing it to a lower temperature, a much lower temperature, when I made the candy in the fall, and that was really too low. It made it much too difficult to work with. So once you've got it down to 175 degrees, more or less, a little bit lower than that is still okay, then you're going to stir it. And I'm just using a whisk. You're going to stir it as hard as you can until it turns into a lighter color. And then you're going to scoop it as fast as you can into your molds. I don't know if you can see, but it crystallized on my whisk after I was done stirring it, and it hardened in the pan as I was scooping it. I scooped it into my molds, and then you can use a knife to flatten off the top of the mold, scrape off any excess, and of course save that, maybe put it in another mold. And then again, I ended up making sort of a blob on my tray because I had leftover and I couldn't find my other molds when I was making this. And then you're going to want to let it cool. I let it cool for a good half an hour at least. I tried to pop one out a little too early and it didn't come out neatly, so I let them sit a little bit longer. You want them to get down to room temperature. And I just cut up my blob piece. And here they are. They are delicious. I hope that you try making this, and I really hope that you enjoy it. Happy crafting!